MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. Different look for us as we discovered there was an issue early this morning with a new camera that was installed.
Makes me look slim.
Go ahead.
A little bit.
So we've taken camera 2 and made do until we can get the new camera worked on, because I always learn this. Test something if you hook it up. I did not. It looked good. Why test it? Whoops.
Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
It is. So big
is.
Plans for you on Valentine's Day?
No, we don't have big plans. I mean, working today, so.
Okay, so you're expecting a card, candy, and a dinner?
No.
What,
Not as, I don't expect anything, because look, he does stuff all the time at the house, work and everything. Done.
Y'all hear this, but let him show up at home without any of that.
I'm just not. I don't care.
Because I've always been one of those that took it for word of, oh, I don't want anything. Okay.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I would rather get like flowers or something on a day. You know, that's just me. I would rather get them on, a day when, because.
Because.
Yeah, just
Okie
because.
dokie.
Just because I love you.
Oh, boy.
Because I want you to have a good day.
If you happen to watch, which I did not, this is what went on last night, in case you're waking up going, well, who was it? Who done it? What happened? This is the winners of the Super Bowl, 23-20. Couldn't tell you what happened. Oops, wrong button there since that camera's off. But that's what went on. This is one of the main reasons that I did not watch the Super Bowl, as we find the picture this morning floating around the internet, and Eminem kneeling at halftime. So main reason, again, I'm hitting wrong buttons, that I could not watch the Super Bowl there. But maybe you did, maybe you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you did.
I saw a lot of people saying that they enjoyed, well, I saw mixed answers on that, the halftime show. A lot of people were saying they really liked it. I guess because something about the music. I didn't watch it either, so I don't know. And then others were saying it was the worst ever.
I saw a lot of that. But, I've been disappointed for years now, so it was not going to be a shock to me. It's just they pick a genre, maybe that's it, that I can identify with during those half times. And I don't understand it, don't know what they're singing. And but I do get it that there's a large crowd that enjoys that. And I'm glad for them. Also, I read this morning, and I don't know the young lady, and I don't have her name pulled up in front of me. Whoever sang the national anthem was a country singer, and NBC typed the wrong name in as she was singing. It's kind of like you go back to Naked Gun 33 when the guy was doing the national anthem and he was awful and they typed the wrong name.
Yeah.
That happened. They apologized for it on Twitter after, but that did not help stop the trolls from going after them for doing that. And accidents happen. Live things, it's gonna happen there.
Yeah. Somebody said no red. We're not wearing red today.
I didn't even think about that.
I thought about it after I left the house. I thought, well, I should have worn a red top or something.
As me and Sophie were floating around at 4 a.m. in the closet, we thought, yellow shirt, grab that. It never hit me about Valentine's until I'd sat down up here. I want to remind you that since you brought up Valentine's, let's bring this up. This is going to happen tonight. Maybe you can go out and help out with this as United Way fundraiser for them, the Dine United. Happens today in Canes, Wyden's, Jeans, and how do you pronounce that name?
A's, Taste of Thai.
See, I would have spelled that with an A with an apostrophe S. But that's just me. But they're giving proceeds from their sales to help out. Hopefully you can help.
Great, yeah. That's great. Because the United Way does a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They do so much to help a lot.
It was. So big weekend for you?
Yeah, we went down to and we saw you, so I know you were there. The history walk through Meridian.
A big deal for Meridian. And let's go down and take a look at some of these pictures here of what happened. Maybe you didn't get out this weekend and get to enjoy this, but here's some of the sights of what went on downtown Meridian here. Dr. Alan Brown was telling the ghost there at the Union Hotel. And as we go across here, these ladies were on the corner there by 22nd Avenue Bridge. As we go across here.
She was at Weidman's.
Yeah.
Lady.
This was the burning of Meridian, where they were asking the Union soldiers not to burn it. And I got a clip of that. Pretty good clip if you want to watch the audio of that and the video of that. Mr. Britt Gully portraying Jimmy Rogers with Miss Angie White. He was at Dumont Plaza talking about Pushmataha. A lot went on there. Now, hang on here. We got to find it, because if you have never seen Ward Calhoun with a wig on.
See, we didn't get to see him.
You missed Ward.
We didn't do the total. We didn't go all the way through.
Here's Ward. He was in front of the courthouse, and he was talking about his great-great-grandfather, all what he did in Meridian, and the building. A lot of building in Meridian are contributed, or what's the word for, linked to his grandfather. I can't think of the exact word there. And also this guy here, and I don't know his name, but if you ever get a chance to hear him tell the story of being the sheriff of Lauderdale County, he is an entertainer. This guy is good. And for the life of me, I can't think of his name, but I don't have it in front of me, my sheet. But what a excellent actor he is.
Yeah, did you see the two guys that were fighting over about naming Meridian?
Oh yeah, Ragsdale and them.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And they do that at the cemetery also, the walk on that. So many people, Miss Ann McKee went to so much trouble putting this together, and it worked out. It was a large crowd.
It really was. I mean, we that's what we commented on several times. It was a really good turnout. I've got some really good pictures of all the buildings and to put out here, because I got one of that building too.
Beautiful building.
Yeah.
And
really neat, the history, all the different old buildings. It's really pretty.
I saw so many people that I hadn't seen in forever downtown.
I commented too one time to my husband that it was really neat, because to take that time and really walk through, because when you're driving where you're going all the time, you don't take the time. You're just trying to watch where you're going and get where you're going. You don't take that time to really look at the architecture of the buildings and how all the arches and everything. It's a beautiful town.
It is.
And so that was nice to go and take time to take all that in.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what our next. This is February. What is our next holiday that we've got? Is it Easter?
St. Patrick? Maybe they've already started putting out St. Patrick's Day stuff. I don't know.
We've got the crew of whatever you want to call it. That parade coming up. I believe it's on the 26th on a Saturday downtown.
They do the dog parade too.
Maybe.
Have you seen that? The pooches.
They're going to be chunking beads. I think that normally happens with Mardi Gras. That's the word, Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Mardi Gras.
Denise was.
I mean, I didn't know that's the word we're looking for.
I was stumbling around trying to get there. But that is coming to Meridian. That ought to be a large time. Hopefully, it won't be too cold that day. We hope it's warm. Saturday it was nice.
It was a nice day. The wind, though, I'm a cold-natured person, so I mean, the wind was cutting me in two.
Yeah, did you walk outside yesterday?
Well, briefly. Yeah. Well, yes, I did. I mean, we went to ball practice. So my son was out there.
Ferocious. So the kids held together for ball practice?
They still had ball practice. 2:00.
We worked some more on the studio yesterday, the new studio that we're going to have, and it was kind of miserably cold over there. And as a matter of fact, while we were working there, you called me and said, "Hey, do you know about the fire that is on West Lauderdale Road?" Let me pull up here and show this. And thank heavens, nothing serious out of this.
Yes,
but this is
goodness.
Right by West Lauderdale Ball Field.
Yeah. We came by and saw the smoke rolling out of the trailer, so we pulled in, and I don't know if it was something electrical. Maybe there was a heater, I think they said, plugged in one of the rooms, and all the lights maybe went out in the room. So maybe it overloaded something and caused that. Really, you never know. You're plugging stuff in.
And we had
thank goodness, though, nobody was hurt.
Yes.
And it wasn't a total loss or anything.
Cicalina, Martin, Collinsville volunteer fire departments came out. And again, damage on the inside, but thank heavens she didn't lose her entire home.
Yes.
And they worked hard to get that under control.
Yeah, they got there in a hurry. So that was really good.
And again, we praise our folks that give up their time to help us in the community. When they're selling fish plates and things like that, think about that. It could be your home that they're coming to save, and it helps buy equipment for them. All that's on a volunteer basis there. So keep
thankful for all of them.
Yeah.
Because you have them in Collinsville, Martin, Bailey. I mean, they're in all the small towns,
Uh-huh.
small areas and stuff. So volunteer firemen and the city firemen.
Yeah, they are
Different
all busy
places.
there.
Mhm.
So lots to go. We got a lot to talk about what went on over the weekend. So don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about all that coming up in just a moment. And as you mentioned, we need to bring this up because it's going to be some folks that hadn't thought about this just yet, of it being actual Valentine's Day. And the girls are ready for you there at Honeysuckles.
They are.
If you ain't thought about it, you're welcome to rush on in today. And I think tomorrow is going to be, I don't know what they call it when you forget about today, but they'll have something going on for you tomorrow.
A belated Valentine's Day.
So if you need roses, and then again, it's kind of like the first 200 that come in, get what's there first.
Yeah.
So make plans, get on in. These are beautiful roses that they have to offer. And again, not only on today, they have it all days.
They
there.
also have a little gift shop area, or you know, that they can put stuff with it. And the flowers that have the arrangements that have the multiple different flowers in them, really, really pretty too. They look different.
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. But I bet they've been working overtime to try to get everybody's stuff done.
Work right through the Super Bowl, I hear.
They have flowers for all occasions.
They do. If you've
do.
got someone, a friend who's passed away and you need flowers, they'll do that for you. You can get it to the funeral home there. Also, knickknacks, anything that you're looking for, make you bring a smile to somebody. It's all there. See them at Honeysuckles Floral Boutique. You'll be glad you dropped in and visited with them. They'll take care of you. See them today. Be glad that you spent a little bit of time with them. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
On June 30th, 2021, the FDA alerted the public that Philips recalled certain CPAP devices due to concerns regarding its polyester-based polyurethane sound abatement foam. This is a Class 1 recall, the most serious type of recall. Use of these devices may cause serious injuries or death. If you're diagnosed with long-term, permanent, and life-threatening health complications, your illness may be linked to your use of a Philips breathing device, and you may be entitled to compensation. Call Richard Swartz & Associates for a case evaluation today.
And welcome back as we're getting a message that I believe this is a business in the Laurel area. Is that right?
It must be, yeah. Mr. T, not sure.
On Highway 84.
84 West in Laurel that it burned, but nobody was hurt.
Thank heavens on that. So that's a few things that happened there. Hopefully you got out. Let's talk about Meridian this weekend. It is almost, I guess the word to put here is the criminals took over the weekend. There's no way to word it. Let me run down my list of things that went on. Let's start Friday afternoon. The 1700 block of 36th Avenue, a car was shot up. Drive-by shooting. That would be an indication that the weekend was going to be kind of rough.
Yeah.
I guess we should have paid attention. Then 33rd Avenue and 20th Street. More shots were fired up in the air. No one was hurt on that. A Dodge Charger Saturday night on 64th Avenue in Oakland was shot 3 times. Person was driving down the street. Their car gets shot. 3 bullet holes go through it. They were not hurt. Fortunately, a black car sped off from that. Mm-hmm. Now, as we keep going here, here's where things change. And there were 2 shootings on Saturday night. And let me go up. I want to show pictures, if at all possible, of this shooting here. And this was the scene at 40th Street and Highland Park. A 3-year-old, now again, a 3-year-old and a father were shot in a car. Now, from what I am told from the people that live in the community and things that know what was going on, they were not the intended target. They just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time when the people that were coming by to shoot at someone else happened to be passing and their car was hit and they were struck. I think they're going to be okay. It wasn't life-threatening, but that doesn't change the fact that a 3-year-old was shot in our area. And as we pull up this picture, here's the scene of that. I do believe this was the car that was hit, and they were trying to shoot at someone. Mm-hmm. Now, there's no excuse for any of this. our streets were filled with gunfire from one end to the other. Now, let me move up here and show you another incident that happened. That happened first. And let's show video here. This is the scene.
One time I told you.
The 4,400 you see this? This is a stretcher being taken out. And the video is rough. That's okay, but I was glad to get that. It showed us what exactly was going on. The police are there. And what you see, this is what is so sad. The man that was shot in the lower leg, he took a pretty good lick, was walking down the street minding his own business. He is a volunteer for the Boys and Girls Club. An elderly gentleman was hit. He's going to be okay, but that doesn't change the fact that, you may get a limp out of this for the rest of your life. Who knows? But he was minding his own business and was struck by people that intended to harm someone else. Now, as I spoke with someone over the weekend, I don't know a lot about gangs and what's not, but from what I understand, there's a code in the street to where they're not supposed to shoot anybody that is a juvenile or an elderly person. And if they do that, then the other one retaliates against them for doing something they didn't. So is this over? It's a good question, because we had a child and an elderly person that was struck by gunfire. So we may not have seen the rest of this. And we keep going down this list of things that went on. Let's just see here. Let me go back up. I think I mentioned where most of the shots were fired. Okay, now let's go up here. This happened in the county. Thank heavens nobody was hurt. Let me go up here and grab this and show you a picture right here. This is going to be out near Lost Gap. This is the scene of this. A red Chevrolet truck. A guy was inside the store there at the Chevron station. He gets into a heated argument with somebody, apparently. He goes outside, shoots up in the air. Didn't shoot at anyone, but did shoot up in the air. And that's not good. Was he drinking? I'm not sure. It's a strong possibility. Then he jumps in his truck and hits somebody's car trying to get out of there. Then he goes down the road, from what I'm told by others, and hits something else. And that's about time the high sheriff and the bunch showed up and got him and escorted him down to local lockup. He's had some time to think about what went on since then. But he's in the jailhouse now.
That's good. They got him.
Yeah. But what is it that people think that, hey, I ought to do this?
I don't understand why people want to live that way. I mean, why do you want to? I mean, are you getting a thrill out of doing all that mess? I don't know.
And if you're trying to understand where some of these places are, let me show this picture here. This is the Dodge Charger that was struck by bullets. This is Highway 19 here. This is Meridian Cycles after you get off the exit there. This is going to be 19 going up through there. It's south of 19 past Old H Street Road. Here's 65th right here. Lee's Donut is up here. And this would be in between here and San Marcos, back through here, Arthur Street, in these areas. That's about where this happened here, if you were to draw a straight line. Right. To give you a reference of where these things happen in our county. I like to know, and I figure you do too as well.
Yeah.
Now, talking about a few other things that have gone on there, let's pull this back up here. The Meridian Police Department is needing your help locating someone. Now, this happened, and I had never heard of the business until I got this from the Meridian Police Department. The Twisted Mist is the name of this business. It's at Highway 19. This is College Park area. Little Caesar's Pizza, we all know where that is. It's right next door. They were robbed back in December. Now, let's show you the video of the person that they're looking for. Do you think you know this person? Here we go here. And let's rewind this beautiful bean footage where you can see this person. There they are. Let's pause that. And it doesn't show much of the face, but if you happen to know that person, I believe it's December 31st when that happened. They would like to talk to them and figure out just why they were up in there with no business that night, taking things that weren't theirs. Shame. Yeah, December 31st at 2:15 in the morning. And as your mama said, if you're out at 2 in the morning, you ain't up to no good. They were not.
Now, do you have any kind of information about a possible robbery or that occurred last night across from them?
Yes, I do.
Well, my daughter went in right. Didn't know it had happened. She went in because they had gone to the movies, and the guy locked the door behind her, and are you doing that? I just got robbed.
At first, it was reported as a strong arm robbery. It ended up being, and it was told, and that's why the police scattered at first, that there might have been a gun. After examining it, after the dust settled, a gun was not used. It ended up being, I guess, what you would call theft in the end, a snatch and grab. It was two men that came in, and they, what do you call these pipes that you put the cigarette stuff in and you smoke? The vape machine.
Okay, yeah, okay.
They ended up stealing that, and it was a heated argument with the clerk. And I also thought it was something really, really bad. They ran behind Ross back in there where everything is, and that's where the cops came up on them and they were arrested. No one was hurt, but that was the scene of, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I got in touch with the police.
Nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
You know, never know, especially when they an argument or.
When I started getting text on that last night, I thought, oh no, not on a Sunday night. Is this going to happen?
I didn't like late, but I mean, they're grown. They do what they want to do. They're grown. But, you know, still I was like, well, text me when you do this and text me when you do that. You know, just to make sure. Because, I mean, you know, every day we have stuff that we were what happened the night before. And
I didn't realize that is no longer a Sefco gas station. It's now called the Valero. Is that how you pronounce that word, Valero? Starts with a V?
I think so.
So that's the name of the store now. So that did happen there. Now, Friday night, we had another instance happen, Candace. As we look at this, there was a wreck, which is not that big of a deal for a wreck. We have those single-car accidents. The problem is, after Meridian Police showed up onto the scene, as we cut to pictures, here we go. This young lady had a firearm in the glove box, which there's nothing wrong with that, unless it's not yours. And it was not. The firearm that the Meridian Police Department discovered, and I say the glove box, it was somewhere in the car, was registered as stolen. She was arrested and taken downtown. She's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We don't know what happened. It may not have been hers. We don't know. But it was in her possession at the time of the wreck, and that's what caused the arrest there. Meridian Police Department will let us know more about that as that moves along. It's a lot of things that have happened. Now, also, Baylor Road in Lauderdale County. And I've been throwing these pictures up. Let me show y'all this, because this is a serious matter that is going on right now, and we don't want your home to burn because it is bad. We lost a camper on Baylor Road this weekend. A wildfire, grass, somebody's burning some stuff, and it got out of hand. But do not burn right now. We need rain.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if everybody got an alert on their phone the other. Possible damage happening if you try to burn things.
Yeah, I'm not sure that a burn ban has gone into effect, but it's really close. Also, we've had 2 or 3 different other fires that happened where 30 acres of land got out of hand.
It's scary. I mean, it'll get out in a hurry when it's the wind picks up and take it in every direction.
Yeah, we've thrown enough on y'all yet so far this morning. And that's not even getting into all of the things that have happened around the state of Mississippi over the weekend. I brought this up. Your opinion. Now, we don't all agree with what has happened in history. There's been some things that may not have been good. Over at the state capitol, and I only know, and I brought this up a little bit ago, in 1916 we had a governor. A lot have, and he may have been, I don't know him personally. I don't know his past. I know that he got rid of public hangings in the state of Mississippi, but he's been deemed, his name is Bilbo. He's been deemed a racist, is what they're saying. But there was a statue of him in the Capitol. And someone decided, well, let's just get rid of that. And he did it without authorization from anybody else and rolled it in a closet. Now they're saying, well, it's going to be hard to put that statue back because it's been taken out. Wait a minute, this guy...
Illegally, or not...
Yeah, I don't know what the laws are, but let's just say that tomorrow morning this same gentleman, and I had his name earlier, decides that he doesn't like George Washington, and he goes over and rolls a portrait or drags something else that he doesn't like and throws it into a closet. Is it up for this gentleman to decide for the state of Mississippi what's right or wrong in the Capitol? One person, I say, one person did this.
Yeah.
What?
That's not right. But I mean,
Am I wrong?
There's all kind of things that's happened through history that's horrible. We don't agree with them. We don't uphold them. But you can't erase history, and just by taking something down, it's not like it never happened.
But
I'm
they're
saying.
saying because he took it out, they can't put it back.
I know.
Well,
I
he was
don't
not
understand. Oh, I'm sorry.
told to take it out,
Right.
whether he likes it or not.
Right.
And maybe if the people voted on it, or the people that we elected voted on it in the Senate and the House, and go, well, we do need to move this. That's a different story. We cannot let one person solely. What if they decide they don't like what you do?
For anything, it doesn't just have to. I mean, just for a statue or anything. I mean, I just think that you need to go by the book when you do things. You can't just go take down whatever you want to.
It got my dandruff up there for a second. Not that I have any because of my hair loss there, but it's just a small thought there. I like to use it when I can. That's just my thoughts. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't.
Right.
If you don't, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And again, he may not be the greatest person in history, but that's beside the point that we're trying to make on all of this. Super Bowl has come and gone. That's all over from the weekend. Let's see here. I was trying to think of some other events that happened. We had several deaths that happened with wrecks around the county, around the state this weekend. We can't stress saying drive careful. Right. Now, our next subject that we really need to bring up, and I really want you to have a plan on this because this is no fooling. We wait for this on Thursday. Let me show y'all. This is what is coming. This is Wednesday night, and this is going to be Thursday. Now, it's too far to say, all right, in House, Mississippi, Thursday afternoon, you better be ready. We do know that anywhere here in the state of Mississippi, and as we look at this, we're already at a level 2 of severe storms possible. And you go, well, it's just going to be some rain. Now, this is a little bit more serious than this. This has started coming out on Saturday. We're going to have severe storms, which is thunderstorms, damaging wind, a bunch of hail, and tornadoes. Now, I cannot sit here and tell you that such and such road is going to be the impact of where the tornadoes could focus. It could be anywhere in the state. Yeah. It's too early to tell, but have a weather plan. I'm going to be on this. We'll be live and giving you street-by-street coverage of this. If you don't follow me yet, make sure to go to Facebook or Twitter or Twitch, Scotty Ray's Weather, Google it. You can find it and follow this so you're up to date with the latest of where you live and where the storms are. We don't want you hurt, and that's why we do what we do.
That's right.
Candace will be doing on-site reports during all storms.
No, Candace will not. Well, if it gets too bad, Candace will be in her mother's storm shelter. So.
But if you don't have a storm shelter, as Candace just said, go ahead and get you a plan of, I'm going to go here. If it gets within 60 miles of my home, I'm going to go on over here and be safe. Because 2 minutes, you cannot get out. These things, even with radar-indicated tornadoes, they will drop just like that.
I hate bad weather. Look, I'm having anxiety just I don't like it at all.
A lot of us do.
And we've had so much, like from the last big storm that came through where the trees came down, it messed up some stuff on our roof. Just got a roof put on.
Yeah.
Then the lightning, just got stuff replaced. I just crossed my fingers. As
we look at the forecast of what is coming, this is basically at today, 63. We get 72 on Wednesday. And look at there, that's when the storms come in. 72, and then temperatures will drop back down. But at the end of the day, we want you to be safe. That's what this is all about. So something to keep in mind there. As we come up on, we're coming up on 8:30, if I'm not mistaken there. I'm going to have my eye surgery eventually.
8:28.
Yeah, I'll be able to read before long.
My eyes are doing some crazy stuff lately. I don't know, just like not focusing good. I don't know what's going on.
I want to say
the same issue.
I want to say a thank you. I had so many people when I was downtown, and I got there before you did. They came up to me and said, "I love y'all's show."
Yeah, I had the same thing happen. Yeah.
We cannot say thank you enough to everyone that watches this every day. If it weren't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. And all these great sponsors, support them. And if you'd like to be a part of it, get in touch with us. And I went to eat Friday. When was it? Oh, my birthday. And I got stopped. And a gentleman shook my hand, and he goes, "I got something I want to tell you." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Man, I like the show." And he goes, "That woman you got next to you, ooh, she sure is pretty."
Goodness. Thank you for the compliment.
And I said, "Who you talking about?" He knew your name.
Thank y'all, though. Thank you for watching, for sure. And if I didn't get your name the other day when I spoke to you, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray appreciates you. Thank you so much.
Means a lot there. Yeah. We've got a lot shaking this morning. Stay close. We've got some more news to bring you next. Here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. It's already 8:30 this morning, and let's go over a few things that happened on history. Although I respect it being a part of history, he wasn't one of my favorite characters in history because, well, he brought so much pain and suffering to the Southland. One of the reasons that we had the big thing downtown is the Yankees burned our town. It would be this day in history that Sherman would pass away at the age of 71. There was not a lot of tears shed in the Southland over that. Not a bit, not a bit. 1939, who remembers the Midnight Hauler? You remember that song?
I don't think so.
Cannonball in a hole. Oh, we say happy birthday to Razzie Bailey, who is celebrating a birthday. You Left Love All Over Me. Mm-hmm. That was one of his big hits. People loved old Razzie. I don't know what he does these days, but I hadn't heard from Razzie in quite some time. But he was quite the guy back in the late 70s and early 80s there in country music.
I remember the name. I just don't remember.
1955, this song would peak at number 4, and I actually thought the song was higher on the charts because I've always heard it. I thought, man, that was a big number 1 for George. But it peaked at number 4 in 1955. Why, Baby, Why? Was at number 4 on the country charts. You a big George fan?
Oh, yeah. I like George.
Out of all the people, and it was a true honor the day that I finally got to meet George Jones. You always remember there's just certain people. Hank Jr. when I met him, and George Jones, I remember shaking hands with him. Nice fella. Little bitty fella he was.
I like it. I love his music. I didn't like him too much one time. I got aggravated about 5 minutes into the performance, kicked the speaker, and walked off.
There was
after we had driven like a long way to
well, and of course it was called No Show Jones because, well, he was always somewhere drinking.
Yeah.
Got arrested in Mississippi for drinking.
I want to say maybe he came back on, but like the other acts that were also,
had to cover?
Had to cover most of the show because he was aggravated, and I'm sure maybe.
I'd probably say a lot.
Yeah.
Before he met Nancy, there was a lot of intoxication involved with George.
Thank goodness it wasn't a lawnmower. Anyway, he probably drove off into the sunset.
I can't remember the Mississippi sheriff that did arrest him for the
Highly. Lawnmower?
Yeah, he got arrested for that also.
For the Highly what?
He was arrested in Mississippi for driving drunk, bad. He'd run over 2 or 3 things in his brand new Lincoln Continental and arrested there on the side of the road, and taken on down to the jailhouse. But he did a few years later after they took away his car keys, jumped on the lawnmower, and might have been intoxicated trying to get to the liquor store. Nancy was really cracking down on him at that point, and she did turn the possum around. It was 1971 that, well, he was sitting at the White House and thought, these people are talking about me, and I think it's a great idea if I put some recorders in here. Yep, it happened, and it would later bite him in bad ways. 71, Nixon installed these secretly into the Oval Office. It would prove to be what would get him chunked out. Watergate. 1971, you got to see this on TV for the first time. It was big. Charlton Heston, who all remembers being her.
I did not watch it.
You didn't?
I do remember it.
He was like, that really was a big, that made him who he was.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was a good actor, too.
He was.
Big into like.
Well, he ran the NRA for years.
I thought so.
Charlton Heston, I think. Y'all tell me if I'm right. Charlton Heston has passed away, I think.
I think he did several years back, but
yeah. I remember this movie. I loved it, and I also loved the soundtrack to it. Eddie Rabbit. Who remembers Eddie Rabbit? This would be number one on this date. Every Which Way But Loose. Girl, You Turn Me. That was a great song. Eddie Rabbit, and of course Clyde. Who didn't like Clyde the monkey?
Yeah.
You did watch that movie, didn't you?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Right Turn, Clyde.
Yeah.
Always a good fight there. Was that the one that, or was it the one previous to that had that motorcycle gang that kept chasing him? He got in the tar and all of that, and he made fun of him. And I think it was this one. It was good. I really liked that movie there. 1991, this movie would be released. Who remembers Silence of the Lambs? Y'all remember that one?
I do remember.
Kind of a
I
creepy
thought
movie.
he was a creep. After that movie, I never looked at him.
You did?
I just couldn't.
You know, you're right. There are movies that you cannot get that character away from someone.
Because he, even in real life, to see him on an interview, he was just kind of, seemed, I don't know, something about it. The way he talked, maybe.
Right. All right, let's see what else happened today. There's a few other things that went on. Oh, I watched this, and after I watched it, I thought, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
But for some reason, it was big. And I still watch it and go, I don't really get it. But a lot of people loved it. Wayne's World. And then they would take that on to like Saturday Night Live over and over and over. I don't know what happened to either one of those guys.
Yeah, every now and then. Well, you know, the one on the left was
Wayne.
the little guy that, well, he played Cat in the Hat.
Didn't watch that one.
You know, the movie.
Yeah, I know the movie,
remake.
but I didn't watch it.
And then, is it Dana?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
the
his
one?
name, Dana.
Was on like Saturday night.
Bill said his one of his friends was the ambulance driver in Silence of the Lambs. That'd be pretty cool to have some connections to a movie there.
Yeah, that would.
I don't guess I really know any movie stars that are huge. I just don't know any.
Well, there's a show that's coming out that Jesse Kennedy, Jesse Heinrichson, Kennedy Brown that lives down here at the end.
What
She
movie?
lives at the end of. It's a show. It's coming on. It was on. They were advertising it, but it's a show that's fixing to come out. She plays one of the three sisters. The beautiful girl.
Well, we need to bring her in and talk to her about her experience. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially her being home, folks. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I on a personal note, I bumped into one or two people, but as far as but there's a lot of people that know famous actors, and of course we've got several from Meridian. Sela is big.
Yes.
But I don't, me and Sela don't like hang out on weekends and things like that. I don't know her on that level. But I'm sure movie stars have quite the story to tell of how they got to where they were going. Always is.
Yeah. I'm sure that, but she's done a lot in our town. Like,
Yeah.
I think she had to do with the Hope Village.
She did.
Place for
She's done a lot to help people here in
she
Meridian.
really
And
is. That's always a good thing. Go back and help. Up in.
Morgan Freeman does a lot for the state of Mississippi. He's been in Canton last week, as you know, filming a new movie. We had another movie in Jackson that was filmed with Bruce Willis that is hitting theaters next week, I think. And then, of course, the biggest movie that was probably ever made
Okay.
around here, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? A lot of it was filmed in the Union area, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I like that show.
I was saying my mic was cutting out when I turned my head.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me? Like, maybe I need to get a little bit.
Don't be turning your head, Candace.
I feel like I'm just like right up against.
We'll get the microphones up, the new camera that's installed, and that's what happened this morning. I installed a new camera, and the microphone on the camera was trying to override these microphones. I didn't realize that one had one, and I have absolutely no idea how to fix that. So I've got to have a technician fix that today. And that's one of those things when you're live, and you can't change it, and I didn't know what was happening. So I was a little distracted earlier trying to figure out while I was talking what was causing it, and I couldn't. Not until the mic went off, it went ding-dong, that light bulb in your head of, yeah, that's what the problem is. So a few things going on there. Let's talk about our friends. Yep, we got a lot going on here at Godwin. And you go, what, Godwin, what is that? Well, these folks help you out there with all your cleaning. And what they do is, whether it's a home or business, they come in and make it look new again. The difference in between Subway, whether it's the front or the absolute roof, look at that. And your home does this too. If you've got a metal shop, a metal building, they can straighten that right out. As we go to brick, everybody either has, most folks' home, even if it's just the concrete on the front porch, daylight and dark. These are steps.
That's right.
That is lambs, isn't it? Or is that dogs?
I think it's little dogs.
Little doggies there were
Little statues.
were also distorted looking. They look fresh again.
Yeah.
See
I didn't
this.
realize they could get all that moss up because, that happens a lot of times on bricks. And two, when it rains, it's really slick. So.
It does. Have your home protected. Make it. You don't have to have your home repainted. Look how just cleaning it. That's a lot of big savings there. And they can get you on a timeline. They can do it where they come by every quarter, twice a year, however you want to do that to make your home look tip-top at all times. Another roof put back to the way it used to look.
And I would have thought that was torn up on the top.
It does look that,
I think it's that just mossy kind of stuff that grows on your, But spring is coming up. Everybody wants their homes looking good in the spring. Yeah. And they did the spring cleaning. They also do windows.
Yeah. So, Godwin, that's a clinic that was taken care of. Chimneys, that's a big difference. See them. Godwin Cleaning Services, they'll help you with anything that you need when it comes to your home and cleaning.
I spent weeks in the hospital due to a careless driver. I could no longer afford to do it alone. I knew I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace, and you've got a special alert. Where we need to go?
Let's see. If anybody's in the Martin community, my neighbor, they've lost a little baby goat, little black miniature one that got out of the pen. So if anybody comes up on one in the Martin community, let us know, message us, because we know who the owner is.
Goat might like your grass or other things in your yard. They love eating anything. So Goat Alert, Martin Community.
Yeah, little black miniature.
This is all too often across America this happens there. A flight to L.A. had to be postponed because they had somebody go wild in the airplane flight. And eventually, the stewardess had to take a coffee pot and pop him upside the head. He was trying to get into the airplane pilots, break in the door. Of course, all that's locked now.
Right.
But she laid him out cold as ice with that I guess it'd be like a bun. And those things are thick.
Like the canister?
You know where you pour your coffee out of? Yeah.
The canister.
Yeah. That don't play, so they took him out. Have y'all seen these pictures? I put this picture over the weekend. Let me show you this. If you have not seen this. Do you recognize what that is?
It's wire over the stakes?
Yep. And it also has, those security tags that they put on jackets and expensive things?
Yeah.
They have gone to Walmarts in Florida putting mesh over this plus tags because so many people are stealing food. You want to know why?
That $20 tag is cheap compared to some of the ones I've seen.
Yeah. And the reason is our good friend Joe, prices have gone up dramatically with food. As we look at this, it's just the scene of everything. So Florida taking that step there at Walmart. I hadn't seen that on a local level, but I have seen some areas that are behind lock and key that you got to have a key to get to the meat and be asked. Just don't be stealing meat. That's just bad there. Sad as we look at this, 82% of Americans are overpaying for cars. 82% right now. Overprice of dealerships of what is asked on the sticker. Ford is saying if you continue doing this, we're not going to let you continue to sell cars. Ford is taking it a step further. We'll see what happens with that. But big time, because there's so few cars right now. You can't get exactly what you want anymore. You can't do a special order. If there is a new car, you kind of have to take what's there. And there's 5 other people bidding on it. Almost kind of like the housing market there. So few out there. But we'll watch this and
Okay, but
follow there. A little cough there. You'll be okay.
I'm sorry. It just kind of hits you out of the blue.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
If anybody's gone through it, you know what I'm talking about.
Ain't gonna hold it against you.
Yeah.
Bob Saget. This is getting. We had another report released on this late last night. Whatever happened to Bob Saget? They say it was not from a little slip or a fall. They said the brunt force that was in his head was as if he'd been hit with a baseball bat. What went on those few hours before he died? We don't know.
Goodness.
He was in good shape when he went to bed and died, but it was from blunt force. Autopsy is revealing it was major trauma. Did he get into a scuffle? Did maybe he slip and fall in a shower? And you know how they have the concrete
Well, that kind of
edges.
makes you wonder, though, could something else have gone? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, could it be a little safe valve?
You're right.
Never know, but
Something went on, and his life was cut short because of this head trauma. Had he stayed awake, would he have made it? Maybe. We don't know. But there's most likely going to be a full scale to where they go back and try to, with video, I'm sure, that last 24 hours of his life, try to figure out where he went and what happened. And again, it could be as simple as falling in the shower. Anybody could slip in that, bump your head on something concrete or on the toilet bowl that's right outside of that.
yeah. I know I've like opened a cabinet door before, reached down to get something and come back up and hit the door or something.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Maybe you know this lady, maybe you don't. But we all talk about the governor of Florida, DeSantis. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not. But his wife is recovering from breast cancer, and she made her first public appearance on this. This is who she is, and she's recovering quite well from breast cancer. DeSantis says that he's going to increase state funding for cancer research. Hopefully one day that will be solved also. We hope that there's an answer to it. She is. As we get into some of these, the next thing, I seriously don't think anything will become of this because of the last name of this person, mainly being Clinton. But it is out now that she tried to hack the servers of Donald Trump. Once he was in the White House, they tried to hack and maybe got in. I'm not sure. I hadn't got the full details on this to make it look as though he had collusion with Russia to plant stuff. Now, Donald is saying, hey, folks, this is treason.
Right.
And I kind of have to agree with
Because
Donald on
he
this.
got impeached over all that mess.
Yes, they pushed an agenda that was not an agenda.
Yeah.
Will they do anything? You know, and I need to dig deeper into this and find out exactly how she did it, what went on with this. But she hired a company. Now, she didn't do it herself, but she's linked to the company. Her campaign paid for it.
Yeah, there was an insider doing all this kind of
And, you know, you go back to that Russian dossier. All of that was rigged and planted. And all of this that you're hearing in the news right now, there's more to it of a plant, in my opinion, where they're trying to make a big deal out of Donald taking some papers from the White House and going, oh, he stole this.
She stole furniture. What are you talking about? She took furniture with her when she...
Maybe he had a couple of extra papers. You're packing up boxes and you think, that's pretty cool to me. I got that as I was president. They asked for it back. You give it. And they were even trying to say that he was flushing stuff down the toilet. It never happened. It's people, again, trying to make headlines to where he won't look so great when 24 rolls around. But what will happen to Hillary? I'd like to know.
I would too, because, you know, there had been a lot of talk about maybe her running for president again.
Yeah. Biden's approval rate, and this is why, slips again over the weekend, down more. She's more popular than he is, believe it or not. I didn't mean that in a good way, but she is more popular there. And y'all be ready. The drums of war are close. It's most likely going to be Wednesday, as the president at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue says, we're going to put sanctions on you if you do something. And Putin's reply was, I don't care. And when a president of another country tells you that, he's coming in. They've watched Joe. They know he's not going to do anything major. And an attack is most likely going to happen on Wednesday with Ukraine. How far the United States will get involved in this, we don't know. But it's going to drive gas prices through the roof. If you think you're paying high now, you wait till after Wednesday, after the first bomb is dropped. It's going to be catastrophic on your pocketbook. It's coming. Now, also, there's a report Friday that Jen, what's her name? Psaki said, well, that never existed, where from the Pentagon, they were saying it was a total disaster when we were trying to evacuate Afghanistan. The White House and Joe didn't know what they were doing. They were like standing here like this trying to figure out what to do. Jen goes, that didn't happen. Oh, guess what? Guess what's happened? They've uncovered all the documents. The Washington Post got them. It's like 22,000 pages of Joe didn't know what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Do you think Putin has studied all of this? He absolutely has. He knows what he's up against and knows nothing's going to happen to him from a president that can't even back out of a country and do it easily. That's what's happening. The drums of war are close, and it will most likely happen on Wednesday, so y'all be ready for that. They keep telling everybody at the White House, disaster is coming in midterm in November. They say that it's going to be a sweeping across the nation, whether it's a Republican or it's independents that get elected, that it's going to be a major transition from Democrat-run cities now because of...
Well, it needs to be. I mean, it's been a disaster from the top all the way down.
Even
it really
Pelosi
has.
This weekend has finally goes...
She needs to go with them.
She does, but she's finally saying, we need to step away from this defund the police thing. Well, they've caught on that America's out of control, crime is running our cities, and they don't want to act like they're any part of it now.
Right, yeah. Well, that was the whole thing. They did all this stuff in the beginning to appease everybody to get the votes. Okay, got the votes, everything, and then it got out of hand, like you said. I mean,
it is. And Eddie White pointed out there.
Do?
There's that word, China. China is watching this very closely and will make a move. You know, we are a world superpower right now. And that's why you always carry a big stick. That's why our military is always big, and you put more into it so that you don't have to use it. And people know that if you had to use it, it means business. Mm-hmm. And when you have a weaker president that doesn't know how to use it, that's when these other countries that want to take you down make a move. That's what we're worried about. Hey, we give a salute to Joe, and not that Joe, but we go to West Virginia, Joe Manchin. You know who I'm talking about? Who sided with Republicans on the Build Back Better America. He's taken another step. You remember us talking about the crack pipes and giving away free stuff to drug addicts? Joe says taxpayer monies should not be spent that way, and he's introducing a bill to the Senate that would block this from happening. We hope it does.
Yeah.
So we salute you, Joe. You're a Democrat, but that doesn't matter. You're an American doing the right thing, and I salute that.
The Hunter Act?
Yeah, that's what they're going to call it. Let's hope something does occur with this and justice is done. Mm-hmm. We certainly hope so. That's a few things that's shaking. We got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Don't go anywhere. She's going to put some makeup on and be right back.
I got it.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef, milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The back porch, Highway 19 North Meridian.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we head toward 9 a.m. We're not there yet, so don't rush off there. Let's look at a few more stories that are shaping across America. I'm not so sure. In one way, I'm like 50-50 on this. Do you believe Trump needs to hush about, I lost the election?
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Do you think he needs to hush on that? Now, Lindsey Graham is saying, hush up about it, move on.
Right.
While others within the party go, now, wait a minute. There's about 70 million people that probably agree with Trump on this and feel that it was taken away from him. So he's speaking to those people. The problem is he's probably not getting any extra people from talking about it. You decide. I don't know. I honestly don't have an opinion one way or the other. But that's what's being said out there. Does he need to drop it and move on and focus on 24?
I think it's been talked about long enough that everybody knows.
Yeah.
About it. So I just think it's kind of like running it in the. Let me clarify. Well, ago when I started coming, I don't have COVID now. I had it a while back, and I was talking about a side effect. It's like a cough lingers forever after that.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? I mean, it really
It
does.
does. It's hard to get rid of
I'm
them.
well. I don't want anybody thinking that. That's been over a month ago.
You're okay. You ain't bothering me. I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
No, I'm not. Now I'm just.
AOC says that Texas should flip this round. Now, I have to give her credit on this. There have been a lot of people leave California and all of these other Democrat stronghold states and move to the state of Texas. Is it enough? Now, remember, it was a close race there with, what was it, Beto York? Was that his name? Is that his name?
I don't know.
The guy that said, yes, you're blankety blank. I want to take your AR-15 from you. He got a lot of votes. And there have been others moving that. AOC is saying that they're going to turn the state blue. Texans, what do y'all say?
I don't think there's a chance, but.
Something to watch there. Senator Ted Cruz from there, of course. We'll see about
things
that.
Have happened, I guess.
One of Obama's former administrators, as we all watched everything that was going on in Canada, urged people to go out and take a knife and cut the tires of the truckers. He had to backtrack after he was promoting doing things that were against the law. He says he's sorry now for saying that. It's too late. It's already been said. Seattle residents have replaced, this is overall, why these, and they tried this in New York. You couldn't buy a drink over a certain size of soft drink because you were getting fat, and they thought that the city you couldn't buy like a big, the big size.
Yeah.
You could only buy a small one. Seattle, they've done that, and well, everybody's gone to drinking. Beer sales are way over the roof in Seattle now. That's cities that are run by folks like that.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you how large of a drink you can even get.
And that's where where all of this snowballs from. Americans go, you're not going to tell me how and what to do with my children. Yeah. You're not going to tell me that I have to wear a mask when I go into business. You're not going to tell me that I got to take a shot because it's America. I should have the freedom. And little things lead up to these bigger things. Now, a lot of people believe in the shot and they got it. There's nothing wrong with it. But again, as an American, you should have the right to choose for you and your family. The government should not make those decisions for you. This is a country that's based on freedom, and we need to keep it that way. Most of us agree with that statement. So, LaWanda said it best there. Roosevelt was right. Speak softly and carry a big stick. It works on in anything in life. People picking on you. You know that old, as a kid, the little playground boy that always wanted to take your lunch money? Speak softly and take care of the problem there. Let's see here. This is, I don't know if anybody's seen this. We got barely enough time. I'm going to show you the video of this. I think this is the one. Yeah, a New York City crook with 44 prior arrests, including 16 in one day, is finally caught and charged with robbing the model that happened. She was drugged. And I don't know if you can see that in the background quickly there. Attacked her. Now, in another story, and I don't have it pulled up, I don't think I can get to it in time. There was a lady that was walking down the street of New York, minded her own business, and the guy comes up behind her with a baseball bat, and he hits her in the head. I doubt she will ever be right again. We got to get a grip on our cities to where defund the police has taken over and hurt our citizens. We do. And how do you do it? We vote. That's what we do as respectable citizens of the United States. A few of the things that's been going on over the weekend. There's a lot more stories that we hadn't got to. It just really is out there. We'll have more of these tomorrow as we face another day. It is Valentine's Day. We do hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to pick up a little card.
It's not too late. Get a loved one.
What? I just don't see them anymore. What happened to the millionaire candy? I don't. I have looked. And I love those.
That's good.
And I don't see. I was going to make a surprise gift for myself and couldn't locate them.
My favorite are the Ferrero Rocher, if I'm saying that right, the little gold candy with the hazelnut and chocolate.
I hadn't tried that.
I love those.
Well, if your husband gets them, come share them tomorrow.
Okay.
You think he will?
I don't know. But I'm not. Look, I don't sweat it because it's not a big deal to me.
She's gonna have balloons and all kinds of things for the days out.
I'm thankful for every day, so I'm just.
You're just thankful to have a man.
Yeah, I'm just thankful.
And she's going, nana, nana, boo, boo.
I am thankful for
Y'all be good. Enjoy yourself. and treat each other good. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and as always, let you know what happens throughout the day here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by